The first time I heard him call me simple, I was standing 10 feet away, hidden by a half-built marble column in the home I was paying him to design. My wife laughed. A soft, breathy laugh. The kind she hadn't used on me in years. "Your husband is a simple man," he said. She touched his arm. "He doesn't see anything." Silence. Then the sound of a kiss. The architect I hired. The man who shook my hand in my driveway. The man who admired the foundation of my house. And my wife inside it. I didn't move. Air marshals are trained not to react. At 30,000 feet, panic kills more efficiently than bullets. I stood there listening to them build a future on my money. Simple man. The phrase echoed in my head like turbulence. I left before they saw me. Calm, measured. I even thanked him for his progress before driving away. He looked me in the eyes when he lied. That's when I knew this wouldn't be emotional. It would be operational. She came home late that night. Perfume heavier than usual. Smile softer. She kissed my cheek. I smelled him on her. Concrete dust and citrus cologne. I said nothing. Simple men ask questions. Strategic men gather intelligence. Over the next week, I watched. Patterns emerged. She suddenly cared about design details, fabric samples, late site inspections. He stayed longer than necessary. I checked the home security logs. Deleted footage. Sloppy. She had never touched the system before. She didn't know the backups sync automatically. I didn't confront her. Instead, I studied her the way I studied suspicious passengers mid-flight. Micro-expressions. Avoided eye contact when I mentioned the architect's name. Smiled too quickly. Deflected too smoothly. One night, while she slept, I unlocked her phone. Not because I doubted, but because I needed confirmation. Messages, photos. Him shirtless in what would become our kitchen. Her reply, "He really is simple. He trusts me with everything." I stared at the screen for a long time. Trust. Such a fragile word. I put the phone back exactly where it was. She stirred. I watched her breathe and felt nothing. An air marshal doesn't storm the cockpit. He waits for the right altitude. I started small. I moved our joint accounts into separate legal entities she couldn't access without dual authorization. I adjusted property ownership quietly. My lawyer, an old friend from federal training days, handled it without questions. Next, I commissioned an independent audit on the construction project. Inflated invoices. Overpriced materials. He wasn't just sleeping with my wife. He was stealing from me. Good. It made the operation cleaner. I installed additional surveillance, not in the house. At the site, cameras hidden in scaffolding, microphones disguised as smoke detectors. I watched them meet in my future bedroom, watched him press her against unfinished walls, watched her whisper plans of after the divorce. They discussed my retirement savings, my pension, my predictable routine. He told her I would fold quietly. I took notes, dates, times, exact phrases, like evidence in a federal case. At dinner, I complimented her cooking. She smiled nervously. "Everything okay?" she asked once. "Of course," I said. I meant it. Everything was aligning perfectly. Then came Thanksgiving. My daughter-in-law called. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I could hear laughter in the background. Mockery disguised as family tradition. I paused. Then replied, "Enjoy." I booked a flight that night. Destination, Switzerland. The evidence folder sat on the dining table when I returned. Thick, organized, precise. She saw it before I said anything. "What's this?" she asked. "Blueprints," I replied. She opened it. Photos, transcripts, financial audits, bank transfers, the deleted security footage. Her face drained slowly, like a building losing power. He arrived 20 minutes later unaware. She must have called him in panic. When he stepped inside, he saw the documents spread across the table. And me, sitting, waiting. "You called him simple," I said quietly. He swallowed. "This is a misunderstanding." "No," I said. "It's fraud." I slid another paper across the table. A notice from my attorney. Construction contract terminated. Fraud investigation initiated. Asset freeze requested. Her name included. Joint liability. She looked at me as if seeing me for the first time. "You're overreacting," she whispered. I almost smiled. "You underestimated." The divorce papers were filed before dessert that night. She received nothing. Every asset had already been secured legally. The house, owned by a trust in my name alone. The accounts, reallocated months earlier, his construction firm, collapsed under investigation. Clients pulled out when word spread. Insurance claims triggered. Penalties stacked. I never raised my voice. Never insulted her. That would have been emotional. Instead, I sent one final message to the extended family group chat. A photo. My villa in Switzerland. Lake stretching beneath a winter sky. Captionless. My phone rang 71 times. Missed calls. Voicemails. My daughter-in-law's tone had changed entirely. "We didn't know," she said in one message. Exactly. You didn't. He called me simple. She believed him. Now they were both facing lawsuits, and I was sipping coffee overlooking the Alps. Silence is the most violent response. Betrayal doesn't shatter you. It clarifies you. In Switzerland, the air felt thinner, cleaner. I walked through rooms built with my own money. No lies in the walls. No whispers in the corners. Just silence. I thought about her laugh. The architect's arrogance. The word simple. I was simple. In the way a locked cockpit door is simple. In the way a loaded safety protocol is simple. Direct. Efficient. Final. She lost her marriage. He lost his business, and I lost an illusion. That was the only casualty that mattered. Some men scream when betrayed. Some beg. I calculated. Because revenge isn't rage, it's patience. And the most dangerous man in the room is the one you mistake for harmless.